All right, hey everybody, this is Jared again, and I am going to make a little video about the top 3 things you should have at your direct sales, multi-level marketing parties if you are in a type of business that has parties. Okay, I'm going to start with number 1. The most important thing you need to have at your party is guests, and lots of guests. Now that sounds a little ridiculous and a little simple, but I really want to emphasize it because a lot of people don't coach their hostesses right now. I'm going to walk around because if you've watched any YouTube videos, you know that you got to bring a lot of excitement and motion, so you can get a little tour of the house here. And sorry about the lighting, but it's exciting to walk around, isn't it? Anyways, you got to have a lot of guests. You got to coach your host or hostess to invite lots of guests. People will say, well, I'm going to invite 10 people and it'll be great. That would be great if 10 people showed up. If you invite 10 people, I can almost guarantee you will have 2 to 4 people at the party. And I'm not exaggerating that. I would literally encourage them to invite 50 to 100 people. Now, that's very lofty. But let me just talk about this for a few minutes because you really got to coach them. Google 40 and 4 direct sales or 40 and 4 MLM. You should find a thing. It's a little form to get 40 people in 4 minutes. It's really easy. It'll say, okay, 4 coworkers, 4 of your husband's or spouse's coworkers, 4 of your friends, your children's friends' mothers, 4 of your little league, whatever, everything your neighbors, it's a real simple list to get 40. Well, just double it. Just get 8 of each of those things or whatever, and your hostess will resist. Oh, I don't know them that well. I don't want to invite, I don't know all my neighbors, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to have lots of reasons why they don't want to invite them. Here's what I would tell them. And I'll just tell you, this is a true story. Back when I had to have another traditional day job, I got invited to a couple like Pampered Chef parties. I'm not going. I'm sorry. I'm not the target demographic, and I'm not going to go to a Pampered Chef party with a bunch of women, co-workers or not. I wasn't offended, though. There was nothing about that invitation that offended me. Okay, it was a co-worker that was a friend of mine, and she was having a Pampered Chef party, and, she was probably coached to invite all your co-workers or whatever, so she invited me. I'm telling you, nobody's going to be offended if you invite them to your party. They're already not coming. If you don't invite them, guarantee you they're not going to come. So if you invite them, there's nothing to lose. They will not be offended. They may not come. They may not come, but they still may say, well, can I order something? I can't make it on Saturday or whatever, but can I see the catalog? And maybe they'll just order what we call an outside order. So tell your hostesses that. Nobody will be offended if you invite some neighbors that you just casually know because you see them when you're getting the mail or whatever. Invite them anyways. You really got to coach your hostess, and you got to be enthusiastic when you do this and tell them all the benefits. My wife can attest. We have friends that are great friends that weren't. They were just casual acquaintance, neighbors type people, but because my wife invited them to a party, they are now some of our best friends, and we have a lot of people that may not be our best friends, but they're, friends because she invited them to something. No one has ever been offended because I don't want to say in the history of the world, but in my wife's experience, and I would say 99.9% of all direct sales parties, people aren't offended because you invite them. So tell your hostesses, you have to invite lots of people. You invite 100 people, and it'd be great if 100 showed up. I promise you they won't. It'll be, 20 to 30, if that. So invite as many as you can. Okay, so that's enough about that. Number 1 most important thing, a lot of guests. Okay, number 2 important thing to have at your direct sales party, guacamole and chips. Everybody loves it. It's a great thing to have. Okay, that's enough to say about that. Number 3 most important thing is guests. It's also number 1. It's also number 2. I'm just kidding with the guacamole and chips stuff, but nobody likes YouTube videos that say just one thing, so I want to title the video the top 3 things to bring, and there you go. Guests, guests, and guests. I cannot emphasize it enough. There's lots of YouTube videos about, what games to play, and I might put some of those up, I might not, but I'm trying to bring the most important content. The most important thing you can have at your parties is guests, and that's a very often neglected thing. I'm telling you, My wife's done a lot of parties. She's got a lot of people on her team that do parties. I should say we. I mean, I'm equal part of the business. I just don't do some of the stuff. But anyways, it's super common that hostesses, they're like, yeah, I've got 12 people here I'm going to invite. And they're super excited and they think all 12 people are going to come. People are busy today. You know, kids have soccer, kids have this, people have this, birthday parties, constant busyness. So you got to be nice, you got to be encouraging, but you got to get them to invite, I'm going to say minimum 40. Minimum 40. Do the 40 and 4. Try to get them to double it, because you want is, and you got to tell them, okay, you invite all these people. The more people you invite, the more sales you get, the more free stuff, the more rewards you get. I don't know what program you're in, but almost everything has rewards. Okay, let me stop and do a commercial. I got to do this. If you found value in this, I always forget to do my little commercial. Please go to my wife's website. I'm gonna put a link in the description. All you got to do is go there. That's all I'm asking. If you want to buy something, that's wonderful. But just go to the website, spend 1 minute or more. You can just click it and leave it open on your computer. If you click a link or two, I'd appreciate it. All that does for us is helps Google, helps us, and helps our website look more important to Google. The more traffic it gets, the more traffic Google will then continue to give it as people search for it. But I'll put the link down. Just if you wouldn't mind, go to the website and click a couple things and leave it open for at least a minute. If you want to buy something, that's wonderful too. My wife is a Scentsy consultant. We have a Scentsy business. We've been working it since 2012. A couple years ago, I was able to, we built it up so that I could quit my job that I didn't care for that much, and I'm home now and never been happier. So anyways, enough about that commercial. Get guests at the party, coach the hostesses, get them. Oh, you're going to get, the more guests you get, the more sales you get, the more free stuff you get, the more rewards you get, and the more fun you have, and the more friends that you get either closer with, or you get a new friend that, was just casual acquaintance, and now you're going to be great friends. There's nothing to lose by inviting more people. No downside. Okay, I can't really add to that. I'm trying to emphasize it enough, but that's it. Please, if you have comments below, if you prefer chips and salsa, let me know. Anything else you have to say, give me ideas for videos. I love to share my thoughts. I think I'm really smart, so I want to share that with you. My wife rolls her eyes when I say stuff like that, but it's true. And there's a customer right there at the door, so I'm going to sign off. And please subscribe, like, etc., etc. Please visit the website. Really appreciate it. All right, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.